It's episode
She seemed
199.
chill. Like, I feel like she wouldn't even act like she's...
Oh, yeah, that's why I said, I mean, Glorilla damn be thugging. Shit,
Corbin.
Man, what?
8:45. We got an hour.
Have her on the passenger seat. I can see me and her leaving the spot together. Like, babe, come on. We would.
He is fooling having fantasies of girls.
I don't know something about that little thing, man. Now her glow.
She's enchanting.
She is
enchanting.
Her glow up
Wow.
is amazing.
It's true.
From her start to her how she presents herself. Well, she presents herself the same way, kind of. But
Yeah.
just her
Just
aesthetic
a little
itself,
more
though,
elevated.
yeah,
You're
her
right.
aesthetic
You're
is man. That money can change some things.
Mm-hmm.
That money can change some things.
Remember, you not ugly. You just broke.
No cap. And she
Sometimes
definitely
you're still
was,
ugly.
and she
when you got
definitely was
money.
just broke. Now my baby glow. Cause even the natural on her look good now.
This nigga said it's growing on me. Like before, I don't know, but now
Not this glow.
Maybe it's the
it's
music.
just glow.
I'm like, dang.
Y'all ready?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I'm
I'm just thinking about glow.
I was like, is mine already?
you ready to do something?
Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Struggleaholics Podcast, episode 199. This thing almost at episode 200.
Almost there.
Almost.
We will be doing a live show for our 200th episode, so y'all can tune in. I apologize about not having a video for last week's episode because in editing, my computer didn't want to render it, and I'm still learning the process. We call it Struggleaholics for a reason.
Work with us.
It will be up this week, though. But one of the hottest news on the streets right now, we could talk about Anthony Edwards. So it was a rumor. It wasn't came to come out that it wasn't true. But the rumor was that he paid all his child support up in one lump sum.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the court, just asked the judge how much is it going to be for 18 years monthly. Paid 216 months worth of child
So
support.
he was able to do it.
It was a rumor. He asked, the judge didn't agree or deny it yet.
Okay.
But allegedly, the rumors going around that he paid over $1 million. I want to say $1.3 million for child support, 18 years worth of child support.
That ain't bad.
You know? So people, obviously, the women were up in arms about it. The men were like, "Yo, he changing the game with this move."
He really is though.
'Cause
That's
if you-
smart.
If you got the money to pay it all up front, and you can pay it all up front, you ain't got to deal with the headache of monthly payments and everything.
That nigga the Michael Jordan of deadbeats.
So
No,
Oh
no.
my
No.
god.
Nigga the Michael Jordan the deadbeat.
What you
That's
mean no?
crazy.
Wait, what you
He's
mean
not.
no?
he's not, because if you
There's
think
worse
about it, he really just a sperm donor. What's different than what he's like? If he went to the clinic and donated sperm and left, other than the physical act of us hooking up, what differently did he do?
He's doing
You
more,
technically
actually,
just
'cause
came up.
He paid
He
financially.
actually had sex with her, which
I
would
said, other than the physical act of having sex, what's different?
But you have that component matters when you have that interaction with a person. It's
That's the
it's an
difference
intimate
between-
relationship that's already there.
that's the difference between child support and not child support.
Allegedly, he was letting her know from the get-go, this is just a hookup. This is not what it's going to be. And she agreed, and then she ended up getting pregnant. He told her from then on, I don't want this kid. I don't want.
That's
He
both
ga-
their fault.
He
Oh,
gave
this
her
is that,
100.
baby.
He gave her $100K to go get it taken care of, and she kept it.
On
But
the game.
he was telling you from the
Yeah,
get-go.
she should.
He was telling you from the get-go, I don't want this baby.
So what?
He's
And
an
you
idiot.
chose to have it, and he's paying child support, trying to get it paid up, so he ain't got to deal with that at all. Like,
Deadbeat still. All that you
Yeah.
literally just gave us the play-by-play for the deadbeat.
no, he's a sperm donor. To me, he a deadbeat if he agreed to be in the kid life and dipped.
Okay, I didn't know. Like, they say he has 5 kids now.
Yeah,
Regardless.
apparently he. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
'cause I
did.
mean,
That's
like,
insane.
if you
With
look,
all different baby mamas.
if
That's
you look at it from the
insane.
kid perspective, it's like, yeah, you a deadbeat dad for sure.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
like you not in my life at all. You were half of the reason that I'm here.
Sperm donors aren't in their kid's life.
They're not.
But they didn't.
But there's the mama is actually signing up for
Yeah.
the person not to be in the life.
I guarantee.
Off top.
She knows what the deal
Yeah.
is.
They know
but
what
he
the deal
told her
is
what the
off
deal
top.
was before the baby was even conceived.
Do you know how delusional women are?
Exactly.
We are delusional.
That's their fault.
We
No.
are delusional.
You're an
He
adult.
delusional,
When are we gonna start holding people to their actions?
No, I agree.
I'm on your
but
side
just
with that
saying.
side. But on his side, he has responsibility in there too, though.
He still did the thing.
He still was releasing inside her, knowing he didn't want to have a kid with her. If you release inside of a woman and you're telling her you don't want to have a kid with her, you releasing inside of her is telling her, maybe he don't mind having a kid with me.
And you know how it works because you did it multiple times.
Like,
I don't know why it's a surprise.
unless you're gonna get snipped, he might as well clip himself.
That's what I'm
At
saying.
this point,
I will say, like, he's a lot dumber than I thought. Because I thought he only had the one kid that was like in his documentary that he had with his like I don't know if he's still with the woman or not, but with his girlfriend, I thought it was that. And then this kid, apparently he has other kids with other women that he ended up just getting
like
pregnant.
4 or something.
Michael Jordan of the deadbeats.
Come on.
They said he had like 2 and 23, 2 and 24, and then this one.
No,
Who's he
this
playing,
is one.
Or
was
this
in
is the
24.
one from the 24.
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
he has technically 4.
So he just been fucking.
At least he claiming 3 of them, I guess.
But all
mean,
different
that
baby
don't
mamas.
undead beat. Yo, like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
He Nick
but
Cannon Jr.
I don't know. He ain't that bad.
we not even gonna put him on Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon take care of
He
his.
about to catch up.
Nick Cannon.
got
Apparently
4.
he take care of
Nick
his.
Cannon got 12. He got 4.
and Nick
And
Cannon.
he's 20.
And-
Look
yeah,
at his
and it's
age, though.
23?
He's 23.
Hold on now.
He could stop right now. Now
He can
if
keep
he
going,
hits,
too.
Is
Do
he?
you think
double
he
up.
gonna stop Clay?
fucking no.
He gonna keep
Having kids,
he gonna keep singing the same song. Like, hey, I don't want this to be
I
nothing
need
more
to
than
see
what
this
it
man
is.
in like an interview or something.
This is just a one-time thing, or
Anthony
just a
Edwards?
fling.
Yeah, I need to see it, like what he be saying. Does he sound like?
He
You
one
know
of
what
those.
I'm saying?
He
Does
one
he
of
sound like
those
he got it
dudes-
together?
He's one of those dudes that the kids say got aura,
Yeah. Funny
Where-
Marco interview with him. Look
Yeah.
up that one.
where his presence, like just his presence alone, like prior to him like being an NBA superstar, his presence alone, like women. He's that dude that other dudes look at like, oh, I know he get hoes.
Oh.
That's how dudes.
Oh,
That's how they would say it.
He like one of the pretty boy
He
light
did.
skins. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
nigga dark. The nigga
I was
young.
gonna say a pretty boy light skin.
but he's dark skinned. He's like he has like the
He has
the
light skin
veneer,
aura,
yeah,
though.
like he carry
Oh,
himself like a
okay.
light skin, but dark
The
skin as
nigga
hell.
Duke Dennis.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. Nah.
Nah.
He carry himself like a dark skinned man.
He carried
Yeah,
himself
Well,
like
you
in some
right.
respects. In some respects,
You're right. We get him. We get the deadbeats to the light skins.
he just
bring that over here.
he just one of those dudes that he got the money, he got the fame. He one of those dudes like I know I look good, so like
He just got that confidence.
yeah, that's what it
I
is.
say he got confidence,
confidence.
from the interview with not the even the interview when he was talking to Obama, LeBron and them.
Oh yeah, he told Obama he can't fuck with him on the
Yeah.
court.
literally was cutting into Obama like, huh, nigga, you don't know who I am? I'm that nigga. He told-
that's kind of funny.
he told Obama you don't want to see me, bro.
yeah, he had
That's kinda
he had
funny.
Obama Whiteside coming out like, hold on, brother, you a little too aggressive. Back up, son.
But nah, Anthony Edwards, if he did that, if he set the new precedence for child support, if I could pay all my child support up front right now and don't have to deal with this at all, or let's say you even in your kid's life still, but you still get put on child support. If I could pay this up now, so I
Exactly.
don't have to deal with this lingering over my head
I'm
for the rest of my
100%
life.
agreeing with that. And you
Cool,
you
let me
have
get
the
this
financial
done.
ability to. It's smart on both ends though, because it's smart to get it out the way, but it's also smart because if they allow him to pay it all up front, she can't go back in and bump up the payments because that's what a lot of women do.
Try to
after
reevaluate, yeah.
reevaluate after you get it because this is not his biggest contract he's going to get.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're
He's
gonna
gonna
account
get-
for inflation. Like that's hard to
So
account for that.
if I'm already paid this and we have it
18
settled
years?
in court that this squared away, I don't owe nothing else. She can't come back and play with it. I wonder that's gonna be interesting.
Nah, they gonna let him play with it. I
Don't
promise
she got a baby by a little baby too?
Yeah,
you.
So-
For real?
He said, "Little baby."
So her they getting the bag
Gotta
secured.
make it little baby.
So So, are we going to call out? Let's just keep it a stack. The women that uses children as dollar signs.
I'm jealous.
I'm not saying that they don't love their kids, but
Get your
having a
coin.
child specifically trying to, I won't even say trap a dude. Well, yeah, you trying to trap them for money, for financial gain is crazy.
Not for real.
Why is it?
Power of the pussy is a crazy thing, brother.
You see what the coochie got the women even?
Like, man,
having
countries
a
will go
child,
to ruin.
having a child, knowing that the home is like the father's not going to be either in the picture or in the home at the same time, like, but you doing it for financial gain is crazy to me.
I think you're.
How do you know that
Go
she's
ahead.
doing it for financial gain though?
I
Like,
don't know 100%.
I'm assuming the money.
I'm not saying 100% she is, but let's not pretend that there aren't women out there who specifically
that's
are
true.
doing that for that. So not even just specifically just on her, but in general, having a child specifically just for financial gain, because there are parents who neglect their children because they are getting the financial gain.
Yeah.
That's also selfish. Just because the mom's in the picture doesn't mean she's a good mom.
True story. I'm 100% agree with that. But I don't think it's. I think it ain't crazy because I actually see. I prefer women to be that way. Going out if you doing somebody with it, something with a bag. Because most of these women out here getting pregnant by dudes who ain't got nothing.
That part.
And they just accidentally get. At least you had a business plan. You have to reward them with
They
a
had
business plan.
They had a retirement plan, a
At least-
401k set up
Exactly.
in the
so,
background.
So at least she doesn't have to be a struggling single mom now.
Facts.
She's not adding to the statistics of the struggling, but she adding to the statistics of the single mom.
I guess I'm looking
You
at
ain't
it
never
like.
lied.
Can't be mad at a person with a
That's
business
an
plan.
interesting perspective you have on that. my
I'm
brother.
looking at it from the aspect of you're creating a human who has their own thoughts, life, and everything that they
True
have
story.
to have. And not all mothers, but potentially you're not putting them in the best position to succeed in life simply because all you cared about was getting rich, get money off of.
But if she
But
actually,
also-
go ahead, Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say also at the same time, though, you gotta look at it like this: you kind of are giving them an opportunity and a leg up where most kids will not have the same type of advantage or financial capabilities to
I mean,
explore.
we just heard about that story in Pontiac where the mom had her 3 kids living in the house by herself for years, and she was off doing whatever the hell she wanted, and she just stopped by like once a week to drop off food and everything, and left the kids to fend for themselves. Like
That goes to the broke mama part. That wasn't a rich one. She was broke.
See, you know,
but let's not pretend that like also too like or women who let's just say she gets pregnant by an athlete or a musician or something like that. A lot of times they have the nanny raise the kid while they out doing what they want to do.
Yeah. Go ahead, Josh. You had something to say.
nah.
But yeah, shit. At least somebody's responsible raising the kid. She knows she not responsible. That's the same instance as most people back in the day. The grandma really raised all the kids. The mamas ain't raised a lot of the kids. The grandmas was out here raising. That's the same thing.
Yeah. But I just think having a kid specifically out of greed is crazy. Like I think back to that video of I forgot her name, but I believe it was Safari's baby mama, where she won full custody of her children, and she was jumping up and down, so excited that she got full custody. That she asked how much child support she was gonna get. I think she was getting like $4,000 a month, and she had a full-on meltdown when she realized it was only $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to get more, and to me that's sickening. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Not necessarily because like one you're only happy because you now get child support. Then like $4,000 is a lot for your that's plenty to provide for a kid. But you get upset and having a full on meltdown that's all you're getting. Like if you're gonna fight for your kids for full custody, it shouldn't be because I might get child support. I want my kid to be in the best position. I feel like my child would be better with me than with their mother or father.
Yeah, I mean, with that, with a reaction like that, you can tell where the actual intention was, and they're not gonna reap the benefits of it themselves, which was their goal. Whether or not they were open about that or they were trying to play coy about it, at the end of the day, they upset they ain't getting that ain't enough money for them to be able to live off of and not have to work or work less, part-time, whatever, while also still being able to supply for their child.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of guys can't even afford that. So that's why they go for the rich ones.
Which one is more crazy though? Having a kid out of greed or having a kid out of lust?
Which one is more crazy?
Yeah, which one is more crazy?
I feel like I'd agree for sure. Surely, no?
Oh, you sure?
I feel like that's crazy.
Hey, have no kids.
She says that now.
When I'm thinking about it, I would think out of lust would be worse for me. I think
Why?
just because I never wanted kids in my life, so I feel like if I did say like, it sounds wrong, make the sacrifice or decide it, like say my significant other wanted kids and I was like, okay, then we can have a kid. This is what you want. This is gonna make you happy. You better pay up. Like there needs to be. Now I'm not saying like I'm going into it strictly for money, but when you think about it, like I'm giving up 9 months of my life physically and then some. That's just saying like the pregnancy goes okay and fine, and then 18 plus years, raising the kid, putting in the time, a lot of your things get pushed to the background. So the least you can do is give me some money.
I think having a kid out of greed is worse than out of lust. Because out of lust, it's obviously you're blinded by the potential you see with this person. So if that person end up bouncing or whatever, the love is still there. Obviously, also too for your child. Like, regardless if you have them out of greed or lust, I feel like you still love your child. But I feel like it's something when you have them out of greed to where you look at your child like, damn, I ain't really want you. Or those moments where like you overstimulated because your child is just on 100, just like I need some time away. If you had them out of greed, you looking at them like, damn, this little $1,200 a year really get on my fucking nerves.
$1,200.
When you claim them on taxes.
God.
This little tax, this
Little
little
stimulus.
what's that? This little dependent is getting on my nerve.
Dependent is crazy.
Like you looking at it like, bro, like, and then also too, I feel like when you have them out of greed, a lot of selfishness comes into play. Because obviously when you have a child, it's a lot of sacrifice that you have to give. And then I feel like when you have them out of greed, you're less likely to sacrifice for your child. Which, in a sense, when you look at it, is not really necessarily wrong, but it depends on how much you are being selfish. I feel like you're more likely to be selfish when you're having them out of greed than you are when you're having them out of lust.
I kind of disagree.
I feel like
Yeah, no.
Because I feel like, oh, go ahead, Lisa.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, because you ain't even saying that. Go
Because
ahead.
when my thing is like out of lust, I see this actually happen in real life scenarios. Women get so delusional sometimes over a man, and then especially if they end up having a baby with the wrong man, they think that's gonna like get them to stay. And sometimes that toxic relationship alone carries on into the child, and I think that's where lust is really a big factor. Like at the end of the day, you then say as somebody who doesn't even have money, so now you have no money, you have this toxic relationship, and now you're carrying it on to a second generation. Like,
Yeah, and then that's what I was going to say, because
that's fair.
even with the lust thing, that's selfish as hell too.
That's what I was
Because
gonna
it
say.
was
all
no
your
thought.
desires.
It wasn't no thought into a baby. It was only you busting a nut.
So it's really, it's really
Bust a
give or take.
nut.
At the end of the day,
What you wanna do, little
Anthony
D?
Edwards is setting a new precedence. Pay your child support up front, get that shit all done and over with.
you
No
funny
cap.
as hell for that.
I
His
wonder,
lawyer
can
probably
he
came up
do
with that.
some? When you do child support, is it like do you file that on your taxes? Is that taxable income? Do you know down? Do you know if
Damn,
that's
it shouldn't
taxable
be.
income
It
You're
should
saying
be.
for the mom?
No.
for the dad? Like, is it? Can he write that off on his taxes?
No,
No,
I don't
damn.
think so.
I think I've heard
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to though.
I heard that Trump is trying to get that part changed
Bruh.
for child support, where whoever's paying child support, you get the claim them on your taxes.
Yeah, the claiming, because that would be the part of claiming them and
the
then what's in
Yeah,
them.
you get to claim them on your taxes. Like the other parent wouldn't.
Yeah, because you ain't
You
paying.
would.
You're not paying for nothing. So why are you getting the money? Even though, even my situation, I don't even look for the taxes. Just claim that's yours. I don't give a damn.
That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but that's just the rumor I heard that
Shout
he's
out to
trying to
Big
get
T.
that. But
Big T is crazy.
Big T.
Josh about to leave.
Big T. What are you talking about? The biggest.
well, big
The
T,
biggest.
Big
Don't
T
forget the
could
realest.
also Big T could also stand for big tariffs
Big T. Big T.
because everything
Big TT.
everything is getting hella expensive nowadays.
It's insane.
And so I just seen what made me think about this is Nintendo. They just announced that they're releasing the Nintendo Switch 2.
I've been seeing
Bigger
it.
screen.
But
same.
they charging $800 for it here in America.
I thought it was five.
I'm not
I think it's
surprised.
500.
I seen somewhere say $699 or $799.
Yeah,
So it's anywhere
it's-
between $700 to $800.
But 500, I feel like is a little. It's literally. Okay, so it's literally just like because I have a Switch. I love my Switch, but I was like, dang, I barely play this. Like I don't really do it like the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Most people
You know
who
what I'm
got
saying?
Switches barely play them.
That's what I'm saying, and it's literally the same thing. It's a bigger screen. It's got
and
a
their
better
their
battery
digital
life.
games are gonna be expensive as hell. It's gonna
They're
be
gonna be like
$80.
$80 a piece.
But
like
the reason
it's the
but
same system.
it's specifically in America. So everybody is like, yo, why Nintendo switching to the $80 a game?
Big T.
Because like all this stuff because it's gonna be so expensive, blah blah blah. Then the other systems are gonna start raising their price up. Long story short, people are saying the reason why it will be more expensive in America is because of tariffs.
I don't disagree.
And I'm like, wait, that's affecting us already? Then I heard something about
Clayton,
like,
Clayton, are you familiar with the? Hold on, wait.
Effective immediately.
Hold on, brother. Hold on,
Like,
brother.
I thought we had some time.
no. I didn't
Are
think-
you
I
familiar
didn't
with-
think we had time, but like, you know, when you just start hearing about it and you like, okay, like this is about to kick in, and probably like June hit is about to really like. I didn't know. Like I heard about it
Happy
yesterday, and
birthday,
it take
Effective
Effect today.
April 2nd.
so then-
Yesterday.
It was supposed to be earlier, and
But
then
then
he
I
pushed
heard
it back.
that
Yeah.
also, a lot of Canadian beer isn't going to be here anymore. A lot of American beer isn't going to go to Canada anymore. Like a lot of stuff is,
What's some good Canadian beers though?
I don't know, Labatt.
The back.
Labatt's. Yeah, it
Labatt's.
is the Labatt's.
Yeah.
I forgot the Labatt's is over there.
But
That's about it.
I'm just hearing like a bunch of this stuff and like how expensive everything is getting because of the tariffs and everything. And I'm just like,
Oh yeah, like
is this going to be good for us in the long run? Is it going to be bad in the short run or better for us in the long run? Or if this is just going to be bad all the way around?
it could be a recession in the
Deduct
short
child
run,
support.
like right now.
Shit, we down there was already bobbing and weaving that
Damn.
recession. We down there was in a little quiet recession. Seemed like we was gonna come up a little bit and then got our head dunked back down.
Yeah,
Listen,
There's
we
this thing called
are
this-
in a recession now. They just won't call it that.
Yeah, it's been going on.
this pitfall that the stock market has been on for the last like 2-3 days, it's cataclysmic to say the least. It's honestly a joke. So I remember yesterday it was like 7:30 yesterday. This was like the Liberation Day or whatever the fuck he called it. By 7:30 that day, it was already down 1,400 points. I know it was way worse now. My brother called me at work to be like, "Bro, did you see the stock market?" I'm like, how much worse could it be?
Dang.
So, all that to say,
Catch it on the bounce back.
we're fucked. 10% tariffs on every country. Don't matter who, why. If we got a trade or y'all got a trade surplus against us, i.e., y'all are exporting more to us than you're
Important.
right importing from us. I'm gonna have to add some extra percentage points to that tariff on y'all. So some people got like, I don't know, 64% tariffs. Some got 54% tariffs, China. Some got 24%, Japan. Just to name a few. They released like a whole like chart thing for it too. It's so crazy.
Shit, China down there need it. Shit, how much shit we get from them? Shit, we need to
Yeah.
put a little bit of tax on their ass just to get. But it's really gonna go off to the. And that's what I say. It's really not gonna affect the them that much because all they're gonna do is why the inflation is happening because we're gonna pay for it. It's never the company. The company is always gonna find a way for them not to pay it. The customer damn near always pays for it.
Exactly.
Do y'all think that this is going to help the economy in the bigger scale or y'all think it's going to hurt us? Because obviously right now it's hurting us. But like down the line, do you think that if this like plan sticks out, let's just say it sticks out for another 2 years, do y'all see the economy bouncing back in a better, basically, the economy becomes better, or do y'all think it's gonna?
I mean, eventually it is gonna get better. To what degree, I can't speak on with any type of clarity, but because of how bad it is right now, it has to get a little bit better. Like eventually, right? Like damn, we can't just keep pitfalling forever.
How long did the Great Depression last for?
That should last for that should last for a little second.
Yeah, like so. It's just little stuff like that that's super important that people don't really realize, but they realizing it too late. And they're like, I voted for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Johnson. Yeah.
I voted for a lot of other stuff too.
Well, hopefully Big T,
TT.
the Great Depression. Oh
Yeah.
damn. It lasted from 1920.
Yeah, I said nice a little second. Yep.
Oh wow, yeah,
12
13,
years.
13,
Yeah,
12?
13. Yeah, 13. 12, 13.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's yeah.
That.
It can be worse. It can be bad for a while. So it was like people are rightly afraid and concerned, but have y'all people that are rightly concerned and afraid also voted for that motherfucker to be there to do those things.
Is this going to make
We need this as a country.
Is our dollar going to be worth something down the
Yeah,
line?
that's what
what I
I'm
need to know.
wondering.
Because the American dollar ain't worth shit now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of been on that trajectory anyway, though.
Yeah, it has
even
for a
before
while.
he got in, with any administration that was getting in, how the global economy is going right now, it's a lot of people partnering up for us, not for our dollar to fall, though. They tired of us globally. It ain't just China. It's over there on the eastern side of the world. They tired of us. We even got the upstairs tired of us now.
Just because our country's so arrogant. We so arrogant. Do you get that people from America go to other countries and try to act like how they act in America in other countries? Like that's not that's not
It's not.
okay.
But it's just that pride that
It's
American nationalism.
Good old
arrogance.
America.
It's not even pride. It's arrogance.
Yeah, that's
We take like it's a privilege we have that is invisible to us because once again we all benefit from it.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to another country thinking you can move how you move here. Like in Japan, when people go to Japan, they say like everybody do their part in making sure everything runs functionally. Like people don't litter, people don't do this, people don't do that because
Community effort.
Which I'm going soon, and I can't wait to see it because I'm literally about to get a house and I'm about to move there.
so like if you
let me know how it is.
Y'all, this was a trip. This
Boom,
is a
boom, boom,
real estate venture.
but you know what pissed me off over this past weekend?
What?
Was it this past weekend? Was this past weekend? Yeah, because we went to the skating rink. You know, I got called Unc by some white kids.
Cause you. What the? How did they even know that?
They say, nigga, Unc. What up, nigga, Unc?
So we went to this.
You fell or something?
No. So we went. Kayla's niece.
Unc down here down.
Kayla's niece was at. She wanted her birthday party to be at a skating rink. It was like way out there, 25 mile. Man, like, but it was like a skate rink, but it also was attached to like the giant bounce house place and everything. So all the kids and stuff was there. I got the skates on because just in case the kids wanted to go skating.
Yeah.
So I'm going towards where the bounce house is. You got to go from the skate rink through the arcade to get to the bounce house. It's some kids sitting on a bench eating hot dogs or whatever. As I'm like going by, one of the kids like just slowly handing out his plate like towards me to see if I'll pick up the hot dog. He's like, "Hey, Unc, you want this?"
Not Unc, you want a glizzy.
Nah.
Hey, I was like, nah,
Nah.
you enjoy that glizzy. And then one of his homeboys, he's like, they called me to get glizzy gobbler. Like,
Yeah.
white kid humor.
So that's the glizzy globber. That's a
And I get in there to
interracial.
I get in there to Kayla, and Kayla's like, what's wrong? I'm like, this little kid just called me Unc. Like, nigga, I'm not old. Like,
You Unc status. We are Unc status right now, though. Unc is
First off,
from.
I want some YNs to call me Unc. I don't want no white kid.
The
I want
YNs.
my first Unc calling to be a white kid.
A white suburban kid,
listen,
like, man, you ain't from here, Unc.
Yeah, the biggest misconception is YNs are only black kids.
It didn't even sound right coming out of his mouth.
YNs are white kids as well.
That's actually true.
No,
There are some white
because
ends in the white
he
community.
said Unc. Like, he emphasized
Here you
the
go,
C.
Unc.
Yeah,
Here you go, Unc. Like, nigga.
we can't help their
Pronunciation.
No.
yeah
Unc is
their
us.
dialect.
Unc
Called their verbiage.
is our culture. Y'all not about to, y'all appropriating.
I don't know about that.
I'm not about to have y'all. First off, you saying it wrong. And I'm not even that old. Don't make me take off my belt.
Showing your
All
age.
right, Unc.
I'm like, all right.
Yo, Jesus.
All right, Unc, you on that Diddy
We
shit.
done with the 90s.
Yeah, nigga. All right, Unc like Diddy. Run.
That shit pissed me off. But that it loosely. What'd you say?
Pass me the bottle. I ain't want to interrupt you talking.
It's up there. Somebody wanna get it.
He said, pass.
I get it. Don't worry about it.
But part of this like loosely goes into what I was thinking, like some struggles that you have to deal with in adulthood. Obviously, one of the struggles is getting older. So I was wondering, what's some struggles that like with adulthood that y'all are dealing with?
I kind of saw a video on this earlier, and I didn't feel like it resonated with me that strongly, but I understood it to a degree. And I can't think of the hold on, I want to show you. Get my
We apologize.
We'll be
We'll
back
take mine
after
too.
this refreshment break. Crack
but-
open the cold one with the boys.
basically, the video, it was about like what it was like growing up as a smart person, where it's basically making the point that because you're so used to being acknowledged for your intelligence and things being given or gifted to you, you kind of internalize or expect life to be a lot easier as a result. Like things come to you more naturally. You don't feel like you have to work as hard to go to like achieve your goals and whatnot. And once you get into the real world or like out of high school mindset and all that different things, you actually start to rely on that and expect everything to be easy and handed to you still. And the reality check really fucks with a lot of people, and it forces them into like an isolation type of mindset.
No, we laughing.
Oh.
We're not laughing
What
at you,
age
Josh.
are you on?
Like Josh over here pouring his heart out about his pain, his struggle, and we over here
We
laughing.
like, yeah, whatever.
So we on the screen for
All I
y'all
see is
on the
It'll be
screen.
in
We
the
got
video.
we got
It'll be
the
in the
Unc
video.
ages up right now. So
I started laughing because nigga, I ain't that old.
around the corner, down the street.
I'm almost there, but nigga, damn, I ain't that old. One of the struggles, I guess. Were you done, Josh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say, damn, we laughed Josh out his struggle.
No, I was pretty
we
much done.
listening.
One
That's
of
why
my
black
strugg-
men are opened up now.
One of my struggles is just like
That's honestly no thing right there.
it's always something.
It's
Yeah.
always
It's always something, and it's like obviously when you're a kid, you like I can't wait to be an adult because I could do what I want. I ain't got to answer to nobody. It's like now that you're an adult, and like in order to sustain comfortability, you have to work, which I don't have a problem with, but it's just like, damn, like you working enough to get by, and then now like for example, I'm working 2 jobs to
Yep.
try to get by a little easier.
And that's the under the misconception, thinking you're not gonna have to answer to more people when you get older. When in actuality, when you get older, you have to answer to a lot more people than when you are young.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then just just the fact that now when you become an adult, a lot of people I feel like struggle with the fact that like if you fail in life, you fail because of you. And what I mean by that is like you. What I mean by fail, because I don't like. I feel like that's such a broad thing. Is like, okay, damn, I need to pay my light bill, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You have many options of getting money.
Mm-hmm.
Very few of them are legal ways, I guess you could say. You could work, you could earn it, or you can go out, hustle, rob, blah, blah, blah. I feel like it's more legal ways to get it than there is like legal ways. Either way. Or some people just be like, I got to pay my bills. I'm going to just ask somebody to do it because I don't want to physically go work. And I feel like a lot of people in our generation do not want to work. And they are holding themselves back, or they are failing, quote unquote, because they're not getting their ass up to go work and everything.
But that's you.
I also feel like, too, that you know the saying, strong men create easy times create weak men create hard times.
Hard times.
I feel like our generation is the weak man creating the hard times.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where we at.
Yeah. I could agree with that. I agree with that last part for sure.
I don't know. It's interesting because I'm thinking like one of the things that Mondo said about men not really feeling that they can be vulnerable because of stigmatization against being, I guess it coming off as feminine by other men potentially, or even women, to the point where it kind of validates that incel red pill mindset where they all just hate women. I mean, I don't know how to say that, but
The red pill is very. If they don't hate women, they despise them. They're jealous of women.
bro, there was this one show. So Netflix has been doing this thing called like the limited series where they'll do like 6 or 8 episode things. There's this show called Adolescence that just came out.
How is that? Because I've been.
Did you see it?
No, it looks good. Like the premise of it.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I'm like 3 episodes in because I keep falling asleep every time I watch it. But basically, it's about this kid and he commits murder. He like kills this girl, and they end up like finding him on like CCTV footage, and like they bring him in. It's like the next morning, like raid his home, bring him in, interrogate him, show him the video and everything, and then they keep him there for a long time and trying to understand like why he did it and everything, getting different psychotherapists and stuff involved, and they start asking him about his viewpoints on women and everything to get an understanding like why, and basically it leans into like the whole like I'm red pill, blah da 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 da, and they don't understand what it is. Like the cops, they like they don't really understand. So the one detective that's on it, he ends up finding out like stuff from his son and stuff. But I haven't seen the rest, so I don't really know how it ends. But basically,
I think
it's pretty interesting.
I think, obviously, I feel like our generation is the weak men, and I think it's being passed down again. And like, I feel like red pill started out with good intentions, but then it got taken over by a bunch of weak men who had some animosity towards the women, and they had the loudest voices, and obviously other weak men who feel them help boost them up. Like, don't get me wrong, like you could be vulnerable with other men or with your woman or women, but it's a limit to to that.
Limit in what sense?
If I'm sitting here boohoo crying, y'all will be there for me.
Yeah.
But if that becomes my routine thing to do,
Oh, brother.
y'all get annoyed with hearing me constantly crying about, and let's just say it's not even something. Well, it's something that obviously could be a big deal. It could not be a big deal, but it's something that I have to take care of. But I'm constantly crying about it all the time. Y'all are gonna get tired of hearing that.
I
It's
hear.
do people get tired of hearing women cry all the time like that?
Mm-hmm.
But they sit there and be there for them. When it's a dude crying, it's like, I think you got to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more acceptable when women do it versus like men. Is that right or wrong? That's
It is wrong in my opinion. That's what I'm arguing.
that it's debatable. It's what's that? It's opinionated depending on how you feel. But it's more accepted for women to do it than it is men.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because we're considered logic based and problem solvers. So if you as a man can't solve problems or can't get off your own ass to go out and do it, you are looked at a little, what's wrong with this nigga? And I don't think it's nothing wrong with that necessarily, because at some point you do as a man have to look in the mirror and say, I need to go figure something out.
Okay, I get where y'all coming from in the general sense. I feel like these are kind of niche examples where it's not necessarily that I'm boohoo crying all the time. It's just I'm going through like a significant struggle and I don't really have anybody to just vent to about an issue that I'm having. Or like, I feel like it leaned more into that vein where you don't have the type of support groups to be able to get off that type of self-expression to that extent.
But I'll go ahead.
Good, my bad.
No,
I'm
go.
about to let Josh finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Josh. Finish what you were about to say.
No, go ahead. I kind of lost my train of thought now.
I was going to ask what is, like, because everybody don't have a village of people that they can go to, but also to the, once again, as a man, like, society-wise, it's in our DNA, like, you have to figure it out. You have to get up and go get it, because
I'm not saying that you don't have to get up and figure it out.
yeah, like, you can come and complain, but if you're putting actions behind these things and you just keep hitting wall after wall after wall, people will be there for you. But if I see you complaining but not really putting in the effort to try to make a change, it's like, bro, I can only listen for so long.
Work without prayer. Well, prayer without work is dead.
That's what. Also, too, this kind like that's why it's kind of related to this. But like, moms are quicker to let their son move back in the house before their daughters, in a sense, because daughters get more help, quote unquote, or women get more help in society, more paid attention to, where dudes don't get that.
She's sitting on the cash register. That's how they look at it. That's literally how they look at it.
But more
though.
sympathy is for women than it is for men. Like,
that's when it comes to mama though. That's the mama son dynamic though.
I'm just using that as an example to where like nothing in this life is gonna be easy. Nothing worth having in this life is gonna be easy to get. Nothing is given for free. You have to get out there and earn it. And like also too, no women want a weak man. Women already know.
Okay.
Alicia, I'm about to say Alicia.
I have a different perspective. I was actually just thinking about this the other day, like in terms of like the younger generation and like the toxic masculinity and the red pill.
Yeah.
Because I also see like another side. Like I think like say we're millennials. You know what I'm saying? Not Josh. He's too young. Not to say like the millennial generation.
Gen Z, whatever.
I think that we're like more of like, from my perspective, like a healing generation, like a healing men generation. Like, yes, there are some toxic ones in there. And yes, there are some moments, but I see like a lot of men, like my fiance goes to therapy, which is like insane to me. And he's like very into it. A lot of men that have been like seeking therapy or seeking other avenues to like, there's men who are great fathers like you yourself who want to be in your kid's life and be involved, which back in the day that was, you know, especially in minority communities or people of color communities, that was not a thing. You want your son to be able to come to you and like talk and be open, and that's kind of how like my family has always been too. Like my brothers are very like in tune with their emotions and stuff. Yes, they have their little manly moments, but like they could talk to my mom about pretty much anything, and I feel like the same way with me. Like I don't know. I just feel like I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm giving men like a lot of credit right now, like especially for our generation. Like I see it.
No,
Like
I
I've
agree.
seen men like I was watching another show on Netflix too recently, Temptation Island, because I like the messy shows. But it's basically like four couples. They go on this island with to be tempted,
Oh,
and
I've
they
heard about
basically
that.
have like all these baddies on the girl side and the baddies on the guy's side, and they
Mhm.
stay there with the baddies,
Yeah, I
and
seen it.
basically
I
they're.
seen preview.
But the thing that I thought was interesting is like you would think that these couples are, which they do, you know, some cheat, some are toxic, whatever, but they like really talk and like they have like therapy sessions with each other. Like they talk to the guys are like the single guys were very respectful to the women. Like even though they came in relationships, they weren't like, yeah, I'm trying to F you. Like I'm trying to, they were not, they all were being like friendly toward them. They're like, yeah, that's my girl at the end of the day. Like back in the day, think about like the Real Worlds, the Jersey Shores, like that to me is like the old generations were so
Fair.
toxic. Like
Good old days.
I was like, dang. I was like, maybe we're kind of healing. Like that's the way I see a different perspective.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my dollar.
Because I was gonna say, and I was actually gonna agree with Alicia on that. With our generation is more of the healing generation. Because on the raising men side, maybe it's just from what they call it, my sample size of the world that I live in. But all the fathers that I know personally are in their kids' lives, damn near every day. And if they don't have full custody of the kids, whenever they can get their kids, they have their kids, and they make sure there is a emphasis on we not gonna be like that last generation.
Yeah, I definitely.
And I see that growing. That's what I'm saying. This
feel-
generation of dads, salute to us, boy, because we doing our damn thing.
I feel like
I agree.
I definitely feel our generation, even I would say what 5-10 years older than us, like our emphasis on being in your child's life.
Yeah.
Like I definitely have noticed that the healing aspect. I feel like healing as well as breaking traditional.
What they call it, generational curses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hate saying that because I feel like it's such a internet word. It's used
It's
so
a bastardized
loosely.
term. They
So,
ruined it.
But it's true though.
But because of the way I was raised, not even necessarily saying it was bad or anything, because of the way I was raised or the idea of what a man is in my mind, do y'all ever feel like y'all not living up to what a man is in your eyes? Sometimes I have that moment of feeling like I'm not.
But
And I see, my bad.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
To add on to that, I see some people, some dudes like online saying stuff like when they look at themselves in the mirror or whatever, like they look like, damn, I'm not doing enough. I gotta go harder. I'm not doing enough right now. I gotta do more. Like they don't feel fulfilled. They always feel like they gotta do more. That's what I mean. Like, do y'all feel like y'all not in your mind as far as sometimes feeling like, damn, I ain't doing enough.
Oh yeah, I definitely have felt like that before, and gone through like in and out through phases of self-doubt, self-resentment, different things like that. For me, I guess one of the ways that I combat that is trying to do more or trying to find something that would fulfill me that I don't need any type of monetary value from, because I feel like that's where a lot of it stems from. I'm not doing enough to pay my bills. I'm not doing enough to make ends meet. I'm not making enough money. And it always circles back around towards money at the end of the day. And trying to find different avenues where you can gain fulfillment without that need for it to be financially tied to something. I think it'll help give you a better perspective or a more positive outlook on yourself, in my opinion. That's worked for me.
Yes, I have definitely looked in the mirror and said, nigga, you ain't doing enough. And when I tell myself that, it's because me personally, I know that I could actually be doing more. Because we take them times to have our self-pity parties or just had them down moments to where we allow stuff to affect us longer than need be, or you get in that rut and it seems like don't nothing you do, it's not working.
You get comfortable in your bullshit. You ever like have
Yeah.
that feeling like
Mm.
I know I know what I need to do to get out this rut, but I'm about to sit in this for a minute.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, cause looking in that mirror is for everyone is some of the toughest things to do because you can't lie to the mirror.
To know everything you know.
It's been there with you every second of every day. It know all the bullshit you put before the stuff that you were supposed to do. It know when you actually took extra time off and didn't hold yourself accountable. Like I'm saying, because when we look at that mirror as a man, it's a high to be a man. It's a high standard. Not saying a woman isn't, but we just talking about men right now, ladies. As to reach that pinnacle of a man, to really look yourself in the mirror and say, I feel like a man at this moment. It's a hard thing to try to reach, man. Because it takes a lot of discipline, which how certain people was raised and stuff, you might have been raised with a man around you to learn certain disciplines, or just having a father figure in your life, period.
Or someone to show you what discipline is.
Yeah, or this showing you like, no, a man is actually supposed to be doing this. Cause some people feel like just cause you born with a penis that means you're a man, and that ain't it. That makes you a male. Yes, 100% makes you a male, but that doesn't make you a man. Cause some people sit around.
What Kendrick say? You could be a bitch even if you got bitches.
Listen, cause to call yourself a man is saying, I take care of my shit. Everything that I need to take care of, I'm making sure I'm on top of it. Even if I fall short a little bit, I gave it my damn best.
But that's the idea of what a man is. I want to give Alicia a chance to.
Alicia can't
Talk
talk
on
about this. She
Well,
ain't got that.
to
as far as
I was
know.
gonna say,
To give
This
to
is
gi-
man talk about men right
I don't
now.
have a penis, so
to give her opinion on just her listening to us, like, quote unquote, vent about that. I definitely agree on the aspect of like to look yourself in the mirror, like I did, like even if you fall short, like damn, I did what I could.
I did everything
be
I
satisfied
goddamn
with
could.
I think you gotta
And
give
be
yourself some
satisfied with that.
grace, you know.
Yeah,
But
as
I-
a human being.
do.
But the internal conflict with that, Alicia, is as a man,
How much grace do you give yourself?
yes, because like I feel like the part of like I did everything I could, you really don't feel that way. Most of the time, you feel like I did everything I could. It's like when you're doing something competitive. If we hooping and I lost, I tried everything I could to win that game. But like in life, like between work and everything else you got to do throughout the day, you're gonna fall short on a bunch of stuff on your list, and you're gonna at the end of the night, a lot of times you'll sit there and think to yourself like, I could have got that shit done. Instead of I was bullshit on my phone, I was doing this. I could have went and got that done, been done and over with already. You start having those like internal thoughts that like be messing with you. So then you end up feeling like sometimes you don't feel like I gave it everything I could today.
It's like your inner voice is a lot more cruel and ruder to you than in general things actually are.
Mm-hmm.
The harshest critic is the one inside your head.
No,
So that's why, like, for a lot of athletes, even then, because I was like this when I played sports. There was nothing the coach could say to me when I did something wrong that I didn't already say to myself 10 times. Because I was like, I meet myself a lot, like, I can't believe I made that mistake. I know better. I do this all the time. Like, what was I even thinking? Was I mad because I let him get under my skin? I'm better than that. Da, da, da. So by the time I get over to the bench or wherever, he start talking to me, I'm like, I don't hear it right now. Like, I already chewed myself out. I don't need you to do it for.
Or my bad. The whole if you like, for example, if a dude cheat on his woman and she's giving him like you giving him shit for cheating on you and everything, and y'all trying to work through it, there's nothing the woman can say to him that if he's truly trying to win you back, there's nothing the woman can say to him that his heart didn't punish him for more.
If he was genuinely apologetic.
Yeah. If I'm genuinely
I was
sorry,
gonna say that part. Josh.
if I'm genuinely sorry, there's nothing you could say to me that my heart isn't already punishing me for more. Like, what you can add on to it, sure. But I already feel like shit because I knew I shouldn't have done it anyway, and I'm punishing myself emotionally.
Yeah. So should she. So should she.
No, she shouldn't. Take that man back, girl.
Get him out of here, coach.
Or people in general. Like, if you were genuinely sorry for something, think back to, like, anytime you were genuinely sorry for something you did that really hurt somebody else. You feel horrible about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that pain you feel about what you did, yeah, that person you hurt could add on to it, but it don't outweigh how you feel about yourself for doing that.
Exactly. Because I still think about some hurtful shit I did in high school to somebody.
Mm.
I'm sorry to that girl out there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess you can internalize a lot of different things. One thing was on my mind earlier was about the self-discovery aspect that I feel a lot of men don't get to explore or go through. And because of the amount of responsibility that comes with being a man, whether it's forced upon you or you take up the mantle, it can be restrictive in terms of finding out things that you actually enjoy and can find fulfillment in. Because you gotta make ends meet, you gotta provide. At the end of the day, it's not it's not an untrue thing that you gotta provide, whether it's for yourself or it's for a family that you gotta take care of. So at the end of the day gotta end.
I think that's in our culture too. Like,
Yeah.
we were talking about America earlier and stuff. I think it's just really, it's sad. It's because if you look at other countries, there's a lot more like the workplace and the structure is a lot different. Like, America's always, the American dream is not such the American dream, especially right now, because everyone is just trying to make ends meet. We're working a job to the most. We're trying to work another job, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or you're
like,
doing this, you're just doing things just to try to like build yourself up.
Just like the way parental leave is looked at, like when men try
Yeah.
to take that, you know what I mean?
My job offered
Or just in
parental
general.
leave for you get 2 weeks off. Like,
That's
as of
it.
that, cool, but they don't pay you for it. It's like, why would
Yeah.
I want to
Gotta
be
have
off 2 weeks and not
vacation
get paid?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I want to be off for 2 weeks and not get paid? That's
Yeah.
Canada, they get 6 months.
Why bring it in
Like,
Hey,
come on.
a new life in
Mama
addition to
get
your
like
family?
a year and a half, 2 years paid in Canada.
see.
And people
Damn.
upstairs.
See.
Yeah.
You mean the
Man.
future 51st state
And
of
free
America?
healthcare.
This goes into the this
And
goes
free
into our
healthcare.
last
Would you look
topic.
at that?
This goes into
That
our
free
last
healthcare is
topic.
some iffy shit. Go ahead.
It goes into the last topic, and we kind of run out of time for it. Is when you accidentally become important at work.
Bro.
You accidentally become an important employee that
The elite employee.
I was just talking to somebody
That
at
won't
work
be me.
about
I will
this
tell you right now.
earlier.
That will not be me. I will
Dog,
do what I gotta do, and that's
yeah,
about it.
I'm about to do what I need to do. I'm doing enough to where you're not looking at me
Yeah.
to see like, oh, you ain't doing your job, but I'm not doing enough to where I'm outshining everybody else.
We need to find that meme. You're now the star employee.
Yeah, literally.
I could be the star employee, but I'm choosing to play my role.
yeah. The amount of
shit.
people that come to me with their problems or asking me to do stuff from different departments just because I'm nice and I know what I'm doing. It's like, bro, and I've been there a long time. It's like,
Is it coming with
Y'all-
a promotion or a pay raise?
it's like,
If not,
come on, like,
don't
I'm doing
talk
this
to
out of
me.
the kindness of my heart on the clock.
Don't
That-
talk
No,
to
happened
me.
to me at one job.
No,
This is years ago. Matter of fact, I was working at Kroger, and I worked in so many different departments that I knew how to work other departments. So if somebody called off and nobody was like
Able to
working
go
in
to
those department, they come over.
yo,
"Hey,
Clay.
They like. I remember. Matter of fact, it was Super Bowl Sunday, and
On the gang.
I worked. Matter of fact, I worked like midday shift. I was supposed to be off at like 7. So by the time I got
Super Bowl
home,
already started.
yeah, but by the time I got home, it would have been like halftime. Matter of fact, it was the Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl, the one where the interception, the 1 yard line.
Nigga.
It was that.
You had to be there for that.
I missed that game because I had to work that day, and I was supposed to be off at 7. I was gonna get home around halftime. Well, one of the managers came up to me like, Clayton, like the person who's working at gas station called off, who closes it. Can you please go out there, like, work till blah blah. I'm like,
No.
bro, on Super Bowl Sunday, like, come on. They like
Triple time?
was begging me to, so I ended up working till close, and I had to go close the gas station. And I was just thinking to myself the whole time, like, bro, I could have been at home watching Super Bowl. This job will replace me. If I quit today, they have somebody in my position tomorrow. Like,
Yep.
and I'm just like, nah. Ever since then, I was just like, do enough. But no, at my job now, I go above and beyond, just so y'all know, because my job have people that actually like stalk social medias. So, yeah. I do.
He's the elite
I do
employee.
an exceptional job.
He loves what he does.
Out of
He loves it.
150 employees in our position, I'm number 25.
Period.
You're not
Countrywide.
one of our star employees.
He the top.
Countrywide,
Bro,
countrywide, I'm number 25.
that little fucking smirk he did with
He
the thumbs
said-
up.
Get out.
They were just talking about
done
that.
that.
I need a picture of that. Just like a fucking snapshot.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I just want my job to know I'm doing my job.
That's all you
Period.
supposed to do.
I'm
It's your
doing
job.
I'm doing my job. That's on my
That's what
job
you get paid to
description, to the best of my abilities, and that's what I'm here for. Just to do
That's
my
it.
job.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all got anything y'all want to add on this topic before we close out?
Big T is about to bring the big R.
Okay, you're gonna have to
I
elaborate.
recession.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I
boy,
was
you
like,
got
what
it's a
are
lot
we
of big R's out
saying?
there that you could be talking about.
R. Kelly, he about to free him? Is that
I was
what you
gonna
said?
say,
Oh, pardon?
free kills, man.
Wouldn't put
He
it past
would.
him.
What's y'all,
Wouldn't put it
all right,
past him.
what's y'all encouraging words before we get out of here?
Oh, that was my encouraging words. Big T about to bring the big R.
That's not encouraging
Recession.
at all.
More than half of the people voted for that. They should be thrilled. What do you mean?
Mondo, Alicia.
Don't compare yourself to others.
Shout out to that. Diddy is an R&B king.
Yeah, get
And
I'll
out
have to
of here.
bleep that out.
I got two. And I lost my first one, so I said I got two. I for real had one. And men, you are doing enough. Every day you wake up and you try, you're doing enough. And the second one, never forget, Doja Cat was in racial chat rooms showing feet. All right, y'all. That's going to do this week. I'm Clay Tizzle.
Jay Smooth.
Alicia.
Mr. Glow.
Signing out. Peace.
On the gang!
I knew it.
Boom, boom, boom.